Welcome to TechbrothersIT. In this video, we are going to look how to stop PostgreSQL from logging passwords in clear text in the logs. So first of all, why we need to have this information? Because sometime we are creating table, dropping table, creating users and all that, and we want to capture that information. We want to know what time those action did happen. Those are called DDL changes. As a part of that, to capture, we will go for log underscore statement flag. We enable it, and then it will log all those DDL changes. But one of the drawback is there when we create the user with the password, it show you in clear text. So we are going to work on that part, how to avoid that part and not show the password in the clear text first by using log statement, and then we will play further with these two other settings. Let's go with the first setting and see how exactly it works. Now I'm here in my console.cloud.google.com, and here I am on the navigation. Then I went to the SQL, and I have my Postgres instance right there. Now, if I will go ahead and click on a Postgres instance and scroll down, actually let me click on edit, and here I'm going to show you I don't have anything as of now flag set. So if I will create the table and drop the table and all that, it might not capture that information in the logs. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and add a flag so we can capture all DDL information. Add flag, and here I will look for log underscore statement. Okay, so here we found that, and now what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and select one of them. So there are you can go ahead and do DDL, you can do a mod, and you can do all. So let's go for DDL here and hit done. Hit save. Okay, our changes are done, and it is online. Now we are gonna go ahead and click right there, open Cloud Shell, and that's where we will create our user, some tables and all that. Okay, our Cloud Shell is ready, and gcloud SQL connect TB Postgres, that's our instance name, user Postgres, and quiet. So hit enter, and it's gonna ask me password. After that, authorize. It's going to ask my user. Okay, it's saying that allow list your IP for incoming connection for 5 minutes working. And meanwhile, you can see that here, whatever the flags we have enabled, they will show right here on the main page. So log statement that DDL is enabled. So all the flags we will enable, they will always come right here underscore database flags. Okay, it is asking us the password. And we are connected with the Postgres. Now, first of all, what I'm going to do, I'm going to create a new database. Create database, and I will say TB DB. Okay, so our new database is created, and I'm going to use the change to this database. So I will say \c and TBDB. So now I will change to that database. Okay, so you can see right here, let me make this one a little up so you can see better. Okay, so here's we are in TBDB database, and I can go ahead and create a table, and I'm going to call this one my test, and I'm going to have integer type of ID. And the table is created. We can insert the value into my test values, and let's give 100. And now what we are going to do, we are going to create a user. So we are going to say create user Amir with password, and that's going to be test123 $. Okay, so our role or user is created. Now let's go to the logs and take a look. I'm going to open the same console here. I'm going to copy this one right here. So let's look for logging here in the top. So we are going to go ahead and look for logging and click on logging, and here we will be able to see all those details what we have done. So I'm going to close this part on this side. Okay, so instead of 1 hour, we are going to go ahead with only 5 minutes, and that should do it because we just did everything in the last 5 minutes. Click right there and then apply, and now we can look for different information. So here you can see that log statement changed to the DTL, and then we have all those entries there. So if I click right there and see what entries we have here, and now we can go ahead and see. Okay, so resources, it's still collecting the information. So right there, resources information. Let me rerun the statement again so we can gather some more information. It takes a little bit of time while this all happen. The sometime you can see that, okay, the right here you can see the create user Amir with password is right there. So you can see right there that's it has collected that information. So we created the table, and it is right there. We created the database, so it is there as well. So you can see right here that the password is in clear text that we don't want. So instead of creating the user with the password, we can divide into two parts. In that way, we will not show the password in the clear text. So remember that we create the user Amir, let's say Amir1 with the password, right? So in this case, we provided the test 123 $sign, and if we do this, it's going to show you in clear text. But if you create the user, say create user Amir2, and that's it. And now you don't provide the password here. And to provide the password, you will say password, and then you will say Amir2. Okay. And then once you do that, it will ask you, hey, enter your password. So once you do that, let's say I will say test 123 $5 test 123 $5. Okay, now you see that I created the user first, and then I ask, hey, backslash password and the username. So that's my username, Amir. And then I provided a password. Now we go back here in the logs and take a look. So if I will just run for last 5 minutes, right here, you can see right there, create user Amir2, and here we created Amir1 with the password. See right there. And that's what it happened with the create user Amir1 with password. When we provide the entire statement, it shows in clear text. And here where we created the create user Amir, it shows that statement. And next, when we are going to say backslash password set, that will come as hashed. So I'm going to refresh, and let me go back here. Okay, see right there. So you have alter user Amir2 password, and this comes as a hash. So that's one of the thing. If you will divide your create user in two parts. So first you create the user without password, create user and the username, and then you will say backslash password and the name of that user, and provide the password. Then you're not gonna see in a clear text. You're gonna see as a hash key right here. Okay, so that's one way, but that's also your choice. You can go with that route, or we can do one more thing. What we can do, we can go to edit here, and then change. We want to still capture our create table, drop table, and all that information. That's fine. We can do that, and but we don't need to use this flag. Instead of doing that, we will add some other flag. So we will go with this flag. We will go with the enable PG audit. Okay, and the cloud. The other one is the PG audit log. So we will say cloud SQL.enable PG audit. Enable PG audit right there. Okay, so first of all we have to turn this on. There are two settings on this one, on and off, and then we are gonna get this done, and we are going to add another one. So that's the PG audit. Okay, so PG audit log. Once you do that, this has more information. So there are multiple options you have. As you want to capture create table, drop table, and all that information, you're going to go with the DDL. But if this DDL is not going to capture our password and all that. This is going to capture all other information with objects such as create procedures, create tables and views and all that, but it will not capture the create user information. So we can hit done, and now we can save. And this does need a restart. So I'm going to go ahead and click on that one. So it's going to restart our SQL instance. Okay, our SQL instance is restarted and the changes are done, and I can scroll down here, and you can see right there these are two changes we made. First of all, we said cloud SQL.enable PG audit, that's been enabled, and then we selected what type of changes we would like to log. So in this case we are only interested in a DDL. Now if I go back here on the Cloud Shell, and I'm going to show you, let me clear this. If I don't know if it's clear does work in this one or not. Seems like it does not. Anyways, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to create our table, create table, my test2 ID integer, and then that should do it. So, and then I'm going to say create role or create user with password. Let me do this actually, my test user, okay, with the password, and I'm going to say test 1 2 3 and $sign. Okay, so our user is created, you can see right there, and our table is created. So if I will go ahead and copy this, and we can go to logs here, run for last 5 minutes, run query here. See, it did capture all that information when we were in CLS and all that. So let's wait for it. Or simply, if you want to just put double quotes here and paste, such as we were creating this table, right? So we can go run query, and it's going to show us that. So you can see right there, and I can click here, and then I can go to request, and here you can see that the create table is there. So that's it has captured. Now if I will do the same thing for other one where we have created user, my test user, if I copy that and bring it here, it should not show us that in the logs because it's related to the create a user. So if I will go here, I'm not seeing any information for that. So it means PG auditor is only capturing our create table, drop table and all that, but not related to the user. So that's great. We can run another one. I can say drop table my test2 and table dropped, and I can remove this just to show you guys it is captured correctly. So we have create table logs there that we created, and the drop table should be captured shortly as well. Instead of 5 minutes, I'm going to go with only 2 minutes. Okay, so we don't see all those old changes here. Let's go here, and you can see that drop table is captured as well, drop table my test2. Okay, so you can either use two techniques, as I said, that you can go with the log statement, but then break that creating user into two parts. So first you create user, and just create user username, and then \password, and provide the password for that. In that case, it will be saved in hashed format in your logs instead of clear text. And other one, if you really wanna totally don't want those to be there, then you can go with this route. You will say cloud SQL.enable PG audit, you enable that, and then only capture DDL. That will capture your create table, drop table, create views and all that, but it will not capture the DDL changes for creating user and roles. So I thank you for watching this video. I hope you learned something out of it. Please subscribe my channel, and I will see you guys in the next video.